I'm Andrew Rudge from the Reach Trust.
Andrew, what does the Reach Trust do?
The Reach Trust seeks to use mobile phones to empower people. We develop a variety of different applications, from maternal health through to early childhood development, a variety of education programs. We've done a large virtual school program with UNICEF as an example. Our key focus is to try and make content as accessible as possible. So we work on over 10,000 different devices, from a typical Nokia feature phone through to BlackBerry smartphones like Androids and iPhones and tablets.
And describe to me how you came to do this.
I somewhat stumbled into the opportunity. I'm father of three young children. I moved back from the UK with a 2-year-old. We employed a nanny to look after that 2-year-old, and through a series of conversations I had with the nanny, who herself was a mother of 2 children, it became apparent that I knew way more about maternal health than she did. And that was just because I'd been party to a whole lot more information and content and services. So it was a classic case of information asymmetry. What I noticed though was that she had a cell phone and she was frequently on that cell phone, and it just struck me that I could combine the two. So get the content but make it accessible on cell phones rather than the traditional broadband internet.
And you started with a relationship with Mxit, didn't you?
Yes, so I initially started as an SMS project, but the cost of SMSs in South Africa is significant, and it became an issue as we started to scale. And then a friend suggested I go and chat to Mxit, which is a South African company based in the same town that I live in. Mxit was one of the very first instant mobile messaging services, and I was able to take the content, plug it into Mxit, and within a matter of weeks we had over 100,000 subscribers to our service, and it was costing me less than when I was sending out 900 SMSs a day.
But you're now moving from being just on the Mxit platform to going, in a sense, multi-platform.
Yeah.
What's the rationale behind that?
There are a few rationales there. I mean, it helps. I think in the content business in general, we're actually moving into a multi-platform sort of environment. So it's more about blogging something and then posting it on Twitter, posting it on Facebook, putting it on WeChat, putting it on Mxit. So you're utilizing multiple platforms to distribute your content. So we're working with internet.org. We'll be launching some of our services in the next couple of months. And there we're leveraging off internet.org's progress they're making elsewhere in Africa in terms of getting the operators to zero-rate access to services.
So will your content, which at the moment is in South Africa, will that be seen in other African countries?
Yes, but actually just to clarify, I mean, Mxit is accessed in over 120 countries. It's just that it's not as popular in those countries as
you were
South
saying
Africa.
earlier that people in Syria even
Yes. I mean, it's quite remarkable. There's I literally see people accessing maternal health content from all over the world.
Yeah.
But the predominant audience is in South Africa, and we had South African medical professionals develop the content. So it was with a South African audience in mind. So yeah, that will certainly help our growth across Africa, which is one of our key strategies.
Yeah. And will you be bringing in new information?
Yes, so as an example, we now are in discussions with the Lego Foundation to do some projects where we are essentially expanding on an existing project which sends a daily activity for a parent or caregiver to do with their children, and that's to stimulate mental and physical development. Now, Lego Foundation have got a whole host of activities that are related to Lego bricks, and we are going to start utilizing those.
And the way that people use the information, do you have any sense of how they use it from the data? Yeah,
I mean, that's a very interesting question. What we've seen, for example, is we can see the time of the day that they access it, how frequently they access it. We actually ask them for feedback, whether they've enjoyed using it. So you start getting a user rating, much the same way something like TripAdvisor works. We start to refine our content based on what's most popular.
So there's a feedback.
Yeah.